If you've just been in a car accident, whether it's a serious collision or a minor fender bender, those first few moments can feel overwhelming. But what you do right after makes a big difference, not just for your safety, but for everything that comes next. Now, assuming you're okay and the car can still move, your first move, get it out of traffic. Pull over to the shoulder or into a safe spot, turn on your hazard lights, and if you've got flares or reflective triangles, it's a good time to use them. Next, you'll want to call 911. Even if the accident seems minor, it's smart to report it, especially since some states require a police report for any injuries or property damage, and having that report can really simplify things with your insurance later on. But if police can't make it to the scene, then documenting everything yourself becomes even more important. Take photos and videos of the damage, the position of the car, skid marks, debris, even the road conditions. Then jot down a few quick notes like the time, date, weather, anything said by the other driver or nearby witnesses. You'll thank yourself later when insurance asks for the details. There's a lot of adrenaline going through your brain right now. And when you talk to the other driver, just stick to the essentials. Exchange names, contact info, insurance details, plate numbers, and vehicle descriptions. But try to avoid saying anything that could be taken as fault. Even a casual sorry could come back to bite you. Now, once the immediate stuff out of the way, the next step is figuring out what to do with the car itself. And that mostly depends on your insurance company. If the damage is on the lighter side, they'll probably approve repairs and send you to a body shop. But if the cost to fix it comes too close to what the car was worth before the crash, it might get declared a total loss. And depending on the state you're in, that threshold usually falls somewhere between 60 to 75% of the car's pre-accident value. If that happens, you have two choices. A, take the payout and let the insurance company keep the car. Or B, keep the car yourself. Just keep in mind that if you choose to keep it, the insurance company will subtract what's called the salvage value from your payout. That's what the car is still worth in its current condition. It'll also be marked with a salvage title, and that's permanent. So if you want to drive it again, you'll have to get it repaired and pass a state inspection to get a rebuilt title. But even then, it's harder to insure and harder to sell. And resale value is going to drop by at least 30-50% maybe, even if the car looks and runs just fine. So unless you're planning to do the repairs yourself or part it out, keeping a total car isn't usually the best move. Now, even if the car isn't worth repairing, that doesn't mean it's worth nothing. A lot of the value is actually in the parts. Things like the engine, transmission, catalytic converter, and electronics can still hold a decent amount of value on their own. And even if nothing is reusable, the car can still be sold for scrap metal, usually based on the weight and market prices. So when you're ready to sell, there are a few directions you can go. A private sale can get you the highest payout, but it also takes the most work. You'll need to clean up the car, take photos, write up a listing, and deal with potential buyers, some of whom might flake, lowball, or just waste your time. And you're legally required to disclose the accident history, so there's a bit of liability here to consider as well. Another option is local salvage or junkyard. It can be a good move if the car doesn't run or isn't worth much. They'll give you a quote based on weight and scrap value, and a lot of them will even tow it for free. This is the quick and dirty method, but the payout is way lower. Now, if you're looking for something fast and low effort without giving the car away, there's also the option of using a service like Peddle. Peddle is designed specifically for vehicles that are tough to sell, old, damaged, or non-running. Instead of you trying to shop it around, they've got a nationwide network of buyers to match with, from salvage yards to dealerships to recyclers. Their system spreads around your car's details and comes back with a guaranteed cash offer almost instantly. And once you accept it, they line up a local towing partner to come get the car. That driver does a quick visual inspection to confirm everything matches what you submitted, and if everything checks out, they'll hand you a check on the spot and tow the car away for free. There's no hidden fees, towing charges, no deductions after the fact. The quote you get is what you paid, and the car is usually gone within 24 hours. The process is safe, fast, and for a lot of people, way easier than trying to sell the car on their own. And the big advantage is you don't have to convince anyone your low value or non-running car is worth buying. Peddle already knows the parts and scrap value, and they make you that offer up front. As for what Peddle accepts, the short answer, almost anything with four wheels. Older cars, high mileage vehicles, major mechanical issues, even ones that are completely totaled. If the car is still in decent shape or runs well, they'll offer you more than what you get from a junkyard. But if the engine's blown, the frame's bent, or the transmission's shot, they'll still make an offer based on what it's worth in salvage or scrap. Flooded, fire damage, doesn't matter. And for things like classic cars or vintage trucks, there can sometimes be added value depending on what parts are in demand. The key is just being accurate when you fill out the form. That's what locks in the offer and avoids any surprises at pickup. So whether you're dealing with a car that's total, damaged, or just not worth the repair bill, there's still a way forward. And whether you go the private sale route, call a local junkyard, or use a fast and simple option like Peddle, knowing how the process works makes it a lot easier to avoid stress and get the most value you can out of an already tough situation. Hopefully you found this helpful, and if you did, please leave it a thumbs up, as I always appreciate that. And if you have any questions about anything, insurance, salvage, titles, how Peddle works, feel free to leave those in the comments, and I'll do my best to get back to you as quickly as possible. And if you do end up trying Peddle, or you just want to check out their current offers, I'll leave a link in the description where you can do that. It's quick, there's no obligation, and the pickup is free, so it's an easy way to see what your car might be worth. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.